Welcome guys, this is Edwin, and today we're going to be looking at one of my rarest models in my collection between, prototypes and customs. This is one of those up there regarding knives that not everybody is aware, and this is a collaboration between two legendary knife makers, okay? Ernest Emerson and Elishewitz, okay? And this is known as the Fusion. They were never put into production, so again we only have the prototype and it's part of history, okay? So very cool to be able to have these knives in my collection. Let me tell you a little bit about Allen if you don't know about him. He started making knives back in 1988, guys. That's 33 years ago. Okay, and in 1994, he became part of the American Knife Maker Guild, and he was at that time the youngest guild member. Okay, and as expected, he has several awards. In 1992, Best Utility Knife, in 1996, Knife Maker of the Year, in 2001 in Paris, the Best High-Tech Knife, and he has done collaboration, and his design are shown through the industry. Hogue Knife has a lot of his designs out there, and of course he does a lot of customs as well. Okay, and now let's talk about this one. Okay, this is a description from Ernest Emerson himself when I was able to grab one of these pieces. So let's go through that and then we'll look at this design. The title is Emerson Elishewitz collaboration, and the name of that model is the Fusion Prototype. Now again, this is from Ernest Emerson himself. Here is a knife very few people even know existed. I think most of you know who Allen Elishewitz is. If you don't, you should. He is a fine and very skilled knife maker. Anyway, back in 2003 or so, we got together to talk about doing a collaboration. And here is the design that Allen submitted to us. His design, our manufacturing. This is one of a couple of prototypes that we made for T&E, right? Testing and evaluation. We both liked the results, but we could never get the project out of the starting blocks. We were both so busy, I think I actually dropped the ball. But here is one of those Fusion model. It's a prototype handmade by me of an Elishewitz design. Unique, different, and now here for you. I suspect that we both have some crossover users. We will see, I guess. And that's right. So the first thing to know about this knife is that this is an Elishewitz design that Ernie put together and handmade and hand ground and all that. And as soon as I open this knife, you will see that right away. If you know and you follow Allen, he does this very subtle recurve. It's very subtle style of recurve in his designs. Let me show you. I do have one of Allen's design in my possession. So let me show you. And you can see the similarities on the lines on these two blades, okay? One interesting fact I should say is that when I went to the gathering, Bob Terzuola did release a very similar collaboration design with him, with Allen, I mean, and it's very similar to this. So I wonder if after the failure of putting this into production, if he just went with Bob and they did that collaboration. But very cool. Like you can see, you have two slabs of titanium, okay, no clip right here, and then you have those covers on G10, okay? In terms of ergonomics, very good. It's a little bit of a smaller knife in terms of handle. I need to have my finger in this little shoal right here, but it fits pretty well. We're talking about a 3.4 inch blade overall, and overall it's like 8 inches, okay? Let me give you a little, zoom right here on that blade, that drop point right there with a beautiful switch right there, and that Ernest Emerson grind. You can see in terms of stamps, Emerson Knife USA, and then the prototype logo, and it does have a thumb stud right there, and it's a liner lock. Very rare, guys, okay? This has a V grind, meaning that it's ground on both sides. Okay, and then like I mentioned, it does have that signature style of Allen Elishewitz, of that very subtle recurve. One really cool thing is that in this other prototype, you don't have the logo, right? You only have the prototype, so you can see how the evolution, right, that he's creating and he's playing with that grind. I'm talking about Ernest Emerson and how to pull off this design from Allen Elishewitz. And again, man, one of those that I think they even announced it, but then it never saw the date of light. And one very interesting thing about the name is that in USN Forum, okay, they did a contest on naming this specific design, and one of the users in USN was the one that came up with the name of Fusion. Okay, and that's how this design is called, the Fusion. Okay, again, a very, very rare glimpse on the prototype process, right, and collaboration between knife makers that sometimes they don't see the date of light. Okay, and I'm very, very happy to have these historic pieces from both of those designers, right, executed by Ernest Emerson and a design by Allen Elishewitz. Again, like you can see some of the difference. Doom pivot here, flat pivot in this other one, but other than that, you know, very, very similar design. Let me show you, all handmade, so subtle differences in that grind that you will be able to pick up. Very rare, guys, the Fusion models by Ernest Emerson, a collaboration with Allen Elishewitz. And again, like I mentioned, very happy to be able to show you guys. I have it in my possession for almost a year now, and very happy to be able to make this video for you guys. If you guys have any question, feel free to jump in, okay, in YouTube comments, and of course, USN forums, ECOC Facebook group, Emerson Operator Facebook group. We're always hanging out there and having a blast. You guys have a great, great day out there. Bye.